Included with Red Hat Cloud Suite and Red Hat Cloud Infrastructure, QuickStart Cloud Installer, or QCI for short, is designed to simplify provisioning your private cloud infrastructure. QCI provides an intuitive, web-based graphical user interface designed to minimize installation complexity and provide a better overall deployment experience. The set of products that can be deployed with the QuickStart Cloud Installer includes Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization, Red Hat OpenStack Platform, OpenShift Enterprise, and Red Hat CloudForms. You can choose just a single product to deploy or automate the deployment for multiple products. For our deployment, we're going to deploy the entire product portfolio of Red Hat Cloud Suite. QCI even auto-generates a minimum system requirements list based on the product selected that can be used to verify your hardware environment. To begin the installation process, you start by completing the configuration of Red Hat Satellite. Satellite provides node discovery and provisioning, reporting, and content management for your deployment. Here you provide details about your deployment and have the option to provide a universal password to streamline entering login credentials throughout the installation process. Satellite can be configured in two ways for providing updates to the deployment. Immediate, where updates are made available as soon as they are released, ensuring that your environment is fully compliant with the latest security and bug fixes. Or manual publishing, where updates are manually pushed out to the environment whenever you decide. You also have the option of enabling Red Hat Insights in your environment. Red Hat Insights is a modern infrastructure management service that enables customers to proactively identify and resolve configuration and security risks before they impact business operations. Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization is a traditional private cloud provider for relatively static environments. You can choose between self-hosted, where the Rev Management Engine runs as a VM on a hypervisor node, or standalone, where the Rev Management Engine runs directly on a bare metal server. QCI presents you with a list of automatically discovered nodes to provision for your Rev deployment. You can easily select the nodes you wish to use for the management engine and hypervisors with minimal input and only just a few clicks. You can also see that the universal password has been pre-populated into the root and admin password fields, saving both time and repetition throughout the deployment. The final step for the Rev deployment is to assign storage. QCI supports using Gluster or NFS file systems for the data domain. Red Hat OpenStack Platform is a private cloud provider for dynamic and scalable workloads. For OSP deployments, we leverage OSP Director, otherwise known as the undercloud node, to orchestrate installation of the overcloud. All that is required is to provide the login credentials to the undercloud node, and QCI will automatically perform the discovery for you. QCI coordinates undercloud discovery and node introspection over the OSP provisioning network for you. You're automatically presented with a list of nodes and their network interfaces, which can be quickly selected for the OSP deployment. Once the node registration process has finished, node role assignment is an easy drag-and-drop operation. In this deployment, we're assigning one controller node and one compute node. The final step for our OSP deployment is to configure your overcloud private and public networks, and then QCI will take care of the rest. OpenShift Enterprise by Red Hat is a container platform that provides the power of Docker and the Kubernetes Cluster Manager optimized for enterprise app development and deployment. To configure OSC, all you need to do is select how many virtual machines that should be created along with the amount of storage needed for deploying containerized applications on each worker node. Resource requirements will automatically be calculated based on the specified configuration. Lastly, for the OSE deployment, you need to provide persistent storage for the internal Docker registry. Either NFS or Gluster file systems can be utilized for this purpose. Red Hat CloudForms manages private clouds, virtual environments, and public clouds all from a single interface. You can run the CloudForms instance on either your Rev or OpenStack infrastructure. QCI even integrates with Red Hat's customer portal to handle subscription management for your deployment. To take advantage of this capability, you just provide your login credentials and QCI will connect to the customer portal and automatically handle downloading your active subscription information associated with this account. If you don't have external network access, QCI also supports disconnected mode where subscription manifests can be manually uploaded for isolated environments. After QCI queries the customer portal, a subscription list is shown that can be selected for your deployment. If any additional subscriptions are needed for the deployment, you have the option to assign more subscriptions at this time. Before proceeding with the installation, QCI provides a detailed summary of the configuration for your deployment. If anything isn't right at this time, you can go back and correct any mistakes prior to kicking off the deployment. Once everything has been reviewed and validated, you're ready to proceed. The actual installation process can now begin. Prior to provisioning, the installation process starts by downloading content from the customer portal. Once the content needed for the deployment has been synchronized, the Rev, OpenStack, CloudForms, and OpenShift environments can now be provisioned. When the deployment is completed, a summary screen is shown containing administrative account information and management interfaces for each product and your deployment. The Rev and OpenStack deployments are even pre-registered with CloudForms, providing a single interface simplifying management of your environments. At this point, your deployment is running and fully functional. It can immediately be used for deploying application workloads. This concludes the walkthrough of Red Hat's QuickStart Cloud Installer. QCI not only reduces complexity, but also reduces deployment time from often weeks to mere hours. Typically, the whole deployment process is done in under 4 hours for many cases, greatly minimizing the time spent on building new infrastructure for your environment.